Hi, I'm Jabal Wintrott, and I am a co-author of the #1 international bestseller. But even when I say that, I'm just like, really? You sure, Joe? Of remote working. So this is a book for now. It has been created in a record time of 8 days. An absolutely incredible publisher, Writing Matters. And this book is all about now. It's all about supporting people that have suddenly been thrown into the realms of working from home when they've never done it before. Whereas people in this book, we've been doing it for years. In fact, the author that's got the longest service is Penny Power, and she's been working from home for 22 years. So she's top of the tree at the moment. But today we have Dympna Kennedy. How long have you been working from home, Dympna?
15 years.
Okay, yeah, well, that's a fair amount of time. I'm 9, so I'm quite a newbie, really, youngster. Well, not a youngster, but you know what I mean. So thank you. So I've been interviewing all of the authors. I've also interviewed Andrew Priestley, who's the editor, and today it's the turn of Dympna Kennedy. She has a beautiful message for parents right now, and I'm going to let her carry on. So Dympna, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So please explain why you were drawn to the project, and also kind of the best advice. And I know you've got quite a lot for parents, which is fantastic, because there will be a lot of frazzled parents right now.
I was drawn to the book mainly hoping to have a voice for children there in the book, because I felt that if we had a group of professionals sharing insights to working from home, it would cover, managing the teams and working remotely and purchasing the correct office equipment and which platform to be on. And my first thought was, what about the children? And I'm very biased. I would see them as one of the most important stakeholders, because they are the ones with the potential to make your best laid plans go pear-shaped. So I was drawn to the book to provide a little insight and understanding to where your children are coming from and how you can manage that, build a connection with them, but still get all of your work done that you need done professionally.
Yeah, so important.
So you mentioned sharing a little tip. I feel if I could wave a magic wand, what most parents would love is for their children to be good during that conference call or Skype session, and to be cooperative, to not interrupt, to play quietly, to not have meltdowns or tantrums, that I can just get along with my work. And the best and quickest way to gain that connection with your child and cooperation is to have some snippets of quality time with them. So use that time in the morning where you would normally be commuting to work, or perhaps trying to get them out of the door in the mornings. That's one parenting problem you don't have to worry about, is invest 15 minutes in the morning thoroughly engaging with them. And that might be you have to brush up on your skills on all of Thomas's friends, what they're called and what their personalities are like. Because by getting on the floor, engaging with your child, you're sending that message: I value you, I value your choices, and I just love being here in your company. That will build an emotional bank in your child, that when it comes for you to then have to take charge and make a decision, they're emotionally in a really good place to be much more cooperative and do that. So engage, engage, engage. Quality doesn't have to be quantity, but quality time. And to sum it up, what I would love to come out of this period, because I know it's difficult on parents, it's difficult on children. They're not seeing their friends, they're not seeing their grandparents, and in fact they can't even get out to go to parks. But what I would love that would come out of this is that years from now, when your children are adults and they look back on their childhood, for them to say, one of the best childhood memories that I hold is from 2020, when we were all together, when we were at home every single day. That was one of my best childhood memories. And you can do that, and this is your opportunity to do that without impacting you professionally.
Yeah, I mean, this has potential to really change the way we see work and the way we feel like we have to go to work. And I hope it does, because if you can really make this work now and really get the value of it, and then maybe stay off work and work much more from home and go to the office 1 day of the week instead of 4 days, then wouldn't that be amazing? And it would just be, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think it'd be just fantastic that the outcome of this is that we are all so much more connected as a family unit. I mean, it is a bit of kind of we have to be, right, really, but actually it's not that simple. And like you say, we do need to make time with our kids to get down and play with them. And yeah, because I guess there probably are some parents thinking, well, I can start work earlier now then, because I can, I don't need to go anywhere, so I can start work at 7 instead of 8. But actually what they can do instead, and it's what you're saying, is actually, spend that extra time with your children, keep them engaged, and just keep them as part of the picture with them, so that they're not thinking, well, Dad, it's just like Daddy's at work still. Really embrace it. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Dympna. And so Dympna has a really good Facebook page. So can you give the Facebook page name, please, Dympna?
Creating Balance Global.
Creating Balance Global. Fantastic. And that's what it's all about right now, isn't it? Oh, can I just mention a tip that my friend inspired me to sort of think, actually, why aren't we also getting the grandparents to have some time with the kids as the teachers? So if you have little ones that aren't having too much schooling from their schools, we could put the grandparents on Zoom in, say, the bedrooms with the kids and say, right, can you look after the kids for an hour so that mum and dad can go and have a date night? Why not? Because that's the other thing that I think is that there'll be a lot of parents that are getting no time to themselves, and
Yes.
that can be really tricky, because if you're used to going off to work, I've got a number of friends who are just used to going off to work, coming home, suddenly they're spending all that time, there's no let up, is there? So I thought that was quite a good idea. My friend sort of gave me the idea. I thought, actually, that's genius, because then at least mum and dad can have some time just for them, and actually the grandparents can then engage with their children with a much more purposeful intent, rather than just, hi, it's Grand and Granddad. It's like they can read them stories for an hour and get them to play a game with them. Why not?
And ask them about their day. Ask the children, show me that. Oh, really engage with them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like on a daily, if you've got grandparents or one or grandparent, or even just a relative, a friend that's in that kind of role, like an hour, like every day, 2 till 3, with your children. It's like, oh, that's your time in the bedroom or in the lounge with the kids, and just give you a bit of mental space. They might be around or flitting in and out, but at least the ownership responsibility is on someone else. And I've been a single parent, so I know what that's like. It can really weigh you down when you're a single parent and you're the one looking after the kids all the time. It is exhausting, and it's good to pull in any resources, isn't it, to give yourself a bit of a break from that.
Absolutely. And I believe it's one area that parents can feel really guilty about. But if you don't look after you, you don't have it to look after the children. So your children need you to be in optimum condition, have a full battery, because you're going to be in better working order to look after them. So it's that airplane oxygen mask.
Yeah.
You've got to put it on yourself first.
Yeah.
You can't give what you don't have.
No, definitely. I do. When the girls were young, I used to get up an hour earlier. I set my alarm an hour before them. It was horribly early, but that the value of doing that was a game changer for me. It was meant I was taking real control of my life, my day, but also I had my me time, as I called it, first thing in the morning, just to get myself in my space so that I could be the best mum and then the best at what I do in my work. And it was an absolutely pivotal moment in my business for sure. Dympna, thank you so much. Lovely talking to you. Thank you for tuning in. Listen to me, for coming on so late, because it's crazy o'clock over in Sydney, Australia. But we really appreciate it and thrilled to be working. Haven't mentioned it for a little while. Writing Matters, new bestseller, #1 bestseller, international bestseller. Don't you know? Amazing, very exciting. Okay, take care. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.